This is Tokyo Bara 23 Sneaker Channel, and you've checked in on an incredible day for sneaker reviews. I'm bringing you an absolute bucket load of sneakers today. You will not believe the content today. It's going to come at you thick and fast as I can possibly bring it. So strap in, get the boosters ready, put your seatbelt on, rev up the DeLorean. This one's coming at you real fast. It's the Nike Chinese New Year entire collection video. As I said in the introduction, today is all about bringing you the entire Chinese New Year collection from Nike. It's going to be a massive undertaking, but I'm going to get through it as fast as I possibly can. I bring you daily reviews. Every single day I'm bringing you information about sneakers and upcoming sneaker releases. And if you don't want to miss out on that, if you want to get your daily sneaker information and your daily reviews, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned to the Tokyo Bara 23 Sneaker Channel. Also, I'm here in Japan, so I slip into Japanese every once in a while just to bring some information to my Japanese colleagues out there, and I'm going to do that right now. 今日紹介するスニーカーはすっごい早く話すので、もし東京バッタ23の英語がわかりにくいだったら PC で見てる方はこの下に CC ボタンがあるので CC ボタンを押すと英語の字幕が出てきて、もしかしたら PC じゃなくてタブレットやスマホで見てる人はここでこの上の右、画面の上の右のところにクリックすると設定が出てくるので、ここで CC を押せると英語の字幕が出てきて、そうすると英語の字幕を読みながら東京バレ23の英語を聞きながら両方ともするとわかりやすいかなと思って、ぜひその CC ボタンをクリックして字幕を読みながら東京バタ23の紹介聞くとわかりやすいと思います。So what I just explained to Japanese viewers is that there are closed captions which help people to understand what's going on. And I am doing this pretty fast, so maybe it would be helpful for the English-speaking viewers out there to hit that CC. If you're on a PC, hit the CC button down here, or if you're on a phone or a tablet, there's a button up here you can click to get those closed captions so you can get this content, which is going to come at you hell of a fast, starting right now. It's all about the Chinese New Year pack coming from Nike, and they've gone and dropped an absolutely bucket load of sneakers on us. A shed load of sneakers. There's so many, and I'm going to try and get through all of them today. Now, there are release dates for some, there are for others. Some are released in China, some haven't. I'm not entirely sure of the release dates. I never really am, to be honest. Who is sure of a release date these days? But they are dropping throughout January and into February, so keep an eye out for these guys dropping out there. I might do individual reviews of some of them as they come, the ones that I like, but the ones that I'm not a huge fan of I probably won't. And the ones I'm going to rank for you today are 11 of them, and I'm a bit suspicious that I've found 11 Chinese New Year sneakers, and there are 12 animals in the Chinese sort of New Year cycle, and we're into the year of the pig now, and there are 12 animals but only 11 sneakers, which makes me think either I haven't found one or a special one's going to drop that nobody's heard about yet. Could be. So let's get into all these sneakers then. There's an awful lot of them, like I said, and I'm going to be counting them down from 11 to 1 in my preference, my order of preference, 11 being the one that I'm not the hugest fan of, and 1 being the one that I'm going to rip my throat out to try and get my hands on them. And so we're going to start off with number 11, which is, unfortunately for the Jordan line, the Jordan 33. It's the latest iteration of this sneaker, and I'm not a huge fan of this guy right here, the Jordan 33, and I'll tell you why. Not the Jordan 33 itself, but this actual Chinese New Year colorway. The reason I'm not a huge fan of it is because it's what the Japanese call chu to hampa, which means sort of middle of the road. Later on I'll talk about the Jordan 12s that are part of this sort of group of sneakers, and they're very sort of standard looking Jordan 12, but then you've got other ones out there like the I think it's the Air Max 98s, which are really just like way out there, look like something from a different planet. But with the Jordan 33s, what they did was that they went middle, like sort of, they weren't way out there, but they weren't way sort of like standard. So you've got that middle where it's sort of just neither. It's neither extreme and it's neither standard. And to me, it's just a bit of a dud. So the Jordan 33 is the first one that I'm reviewing for you for this Chinese New Year group of sneakers. I say no. In at number 10 comes the Converse Chuck Taylor High, and I've got how much wood chuck stuck in my head now. But yes, anyway, the Chuck Taylor Highs. I can't really talk in detail about this because all I've found found to talk about is a tiny little picture, but it looks like an absolutely awful looking sneaker to me. But I've only found that one. It could be different. You could get them in hand and they could look good, or you could look at different angles, the lateral side, the medial side, the outsole could look good. But on this picture alone, it looks like an absolute stinker of a sneaker to me, and I've got no interest in it whatsoever. Apologies to Converse and Chuck Taylor, part of the Nike brand, obviously. In at number 9 comes the Air Force Ones, and the thing that I didn't really get about these guys, I do like Air Force Ones and a bit of a fan, and I think they're actually coming into a sort of popular zone right now. I think you'll see Air Force Ones on feet a lot. Obviously Air Force One lows on feet a lot, more often these days coming up. But the thing that I didn't really get about these guys was it's just a little too much red. A little bit too much red, and that funny lacing, the black lacing system on top, it didn't really go for me. The balance isn't right. The colours don't balance well, and they don't really, the different parts of the sneaker seems like 3 different sneakers. The sole and the upper and the lacing system came from 3 different sneakers, so it didn't really jive for me there, the Air Force Ones. And then in at number 8, you've got a couple of colorways of the Nike Air Max 270s. And this Air Max 270 is a bit of a confusion for me, because my first sneaker that I ever loved was an Air Max 270 when I was 17 or 16 years old in high school, which was like 400 years ago. When I was 16 or 17 in high school, the first sneaker that I ever really set my heart on getting was an Air Max 270, and it was the first time I had actually worked to buy a pair of sneakers and got a pair of sneakers that were currently popular. I hadn't bought them in the sales after the hype had gone, and it was like put them on feet, go to school, and people were like, whoa, look how cool they are. And it was the first sneaker that I got. But that silhouette of the 270 and this 270 are very, very different. I just don't get this 270 in general. So I'm not talking about the Chinese New Year colorway, I'm talking about the sneaker as a whole, and that's why this just drops right down the ranking at number 8. Then at number 7 we've got the Air Max 98s, and I'm going to show you these pink ones first, because these pink ones here are very subtle, and they're very sort of they're not delicate, that's not the right word for it, but they're just a sort of smooth and kind of understated sneaker, and then bang, you get what the fuck is that? Okay. I can't believe I'm actually laughing about this. I mean, the sneaker's not really here beside me, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm laughing about it. Oh, that's so funny. Why am I laughing about that? It's an awful looking sneaker. And the reason is sorry, I'm coming back. I'm back. It's an awful looking sneaker. Sorry. Let me say, it's an awful looking sneaker, I think anyway. But the reason it comes in at number 7 is because that pink one sort of balances it out. So you've got that super crazy extreme snake iteration. You can see, I think you can see the snake sort of the year of the snake theme coming through it. And then you've got the pink one, and together I put them in at number 7. If I was reviewing this one here alone, I'm pretty sure I'd put it at number 12 on the list, which isn't even on the list. Okay, now we're getting into the sneakers that I actually do kind of like. So far, we've counted down sneakers that I wouldn't touch with a barge pole, to be frank with you. And I know I shouldn't say that, and I know Nike won't like me saying that, but they don't pay me anything. So even if they did, I'd probably still be very honest with them and say, dudes, 11 through 7, no. But in at number 6, we've got Vapor Max. I'm not a huge fan of the Vapor Max silhouette. However, this gold Vapor Max silhouette is pretty actually good looking sneaker, a really banging looking sneaker. I really like the look of it. The one exception, the thing that didn't really, I was like, wow, it actually looks lazy. I'll be honest with you, it looks kind of lazy, is the heel counter. Have a real good look at that heel counter up there. If you look at the whole sneaker, it looks very well made and sort of thoughtful. They've thought about it, thought about the upper, they thought about the soles, which are very interesting looking sole on it. I'm not talking about the Vapor Max in general, I'm talking about the colorway specifically for the Chinese New Year's here. But that heel counter, it just sort of looks like they were like, oh look, we've got this gold one here, let's just stick that one on there and we'll be done. So that's why the Air Max Vapor, even though I do like this colorway and I think it's quite a good looking sneaker and a really good Chinese New Year, comes in at number 6. Now we're getting into sneakers that I really will try to get my hands on, and at number 5 we've got these Blazer Lows here, and what I really like about them is the balance of colours in the whole sneaker. The whole thing looks really great. The white solid upper, brilliant. That swoosh with its sort of different paneling within it. It sits on the white upper phenomenally well. And then the laces, I think, are absolutely popping. So that whole solid white upper then with the accents and the swoosh and the lacing, I say goes really well. And that comes in at number 5 on my countdown. Then in at number 4, we've got my second favorite sneaker of all time, which is the Jordan 12. The thing I most like about this is it goes back to the Butter Movement days when I used to drop content for the Butter Movement, a channel that no longer exists, but the heart of the Butter Movement still beats. And when I dropped content for the Butter Movement days, Shoe Butter himself, who ran that channel, he got in a ton of Chinese New Year's. I think he had like 15 pairs of them one year that he was going to give away. And he's got a few of them kicking around the house. If you've got a 12.5, send it my way, brother. But he had these Chinese New Year's, I think it was 2017. And this 2019 variation, it's almost an absolute opposite. It's I don't know if I can do it right, if I can flick between the 2017s and the 2019s, and you'll see the two colorways there. Maybe it was 2016, I think it was 2017. You'll see the two colorways there, and you'll see how they're kind of polar opposites, but they still look very similar, and that's why I like this sneaker very, very much. But this year, what you can see is on the inside of the sneaker, there's a real big flash of color there, which looks really, really good. However, having said that, this sneaker could go all the way up to number 1 if this picture right here proves to be true, because I think that is absolutely phenomenal, although I haven't seen it very much out there, so it might not be real. But if it is, that would be a hell of a sneaker. Okay, into the top 3 of the whole group of Chinese New Year sneakers coming from Nike this year, and in at number 3 comes the Air Max 1. I love the look of this sneaker. Absolutely stonking looking sneaker. It really looks good to me, and it has similarities to the Blazer lows I talked about earlier. The thing I really like about it is you've got that solid upper with a solid single color, but then the overlays on top are that banging sort of different colorway and the different sort of, not materials, but the different patterning throughout the overlays looks really, really good. I love the balance of this sneaker, the balance of the solid colors and those patterns together. I say pops, and this is number 3 on my list. And a strange one, an unexpected one to come in at number 2 on my list is Zoom Pegasus Turbo right here. And there's 2 colorways for this one, and I think looking at them, I just absolutely think this is a clean looking sneaker, phenomenal looking sneaker. I'm not sure if it's going to have that sort of lifestyle sort of what do they call that, a lifestyle overlap, where you've got obviously it's a running shoe, and I don't know if people are going to wear this in their casual sort of lifestyle side of things. It might just stick to that running lane, but all the same, I think it's an absolute banging looking sneaker in both colorways, and I'm really looking forward to actually getting more information about this one, seeing what the sole looks like, having a look at the medial and lateral sides and things like that. It really is a popping looking sneaker to me, but the reason that it's not in there at number 1 is because I have an issue with something that Nike have done with a couple of their sneakers recently, and it's that sort of what would you call it, a sword fin end to the sole, where the sole, the outsole and the midsole come together, and that kind of point towards the heel, a sort of sword fin effect. I don't really like that, to be honest. I think somebody looked at the heel of sneakers, which was always curved like that, and said, hey, we've never played with that, let's make it into a point for no apparent reason. So I don't really dig that, to be honest, and that's to do with the Pegasus in general. It's not to do with this particular colorway, but had that not been there, maybe these guys would have challenged my number 1, and my number 1 is the Kyrie 5s. I mean, to be honest, let's be perfectly honest, a Japanese salaryman could barf on a pair of Kyrie 5s and I'd still love them. I mean, seriously, they're a phenomenal looking sneaker any way you cut it. Absolutely any way you cut this sneaker, it's a phenomenal looking sneaker. Bang on it, a Chinese New Year colorway like this, and you have got an explosion. These things are going to blow off the shelves. Honestly, there's no point putting them on the shelves. Listen, just Nike, don't even bother putting them on the shelves. They're just going to fly right off. People are going to buy these things and then buy them again. They're amazing. I've talked a lot about the Kyrie 5 Ikets from the holiday season, and these guys here challenge them for amazing. It's just a phenomenal looking sneaker. Kyrie and Nike, what you've been doing with this Kyrie 5 is an absolute brilliant. I tip my hat to you. I say well done. Phenomenal looking sneaker, my number 1 in the Chinese New Year from Nike this year. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you keep up with the daily content that I keep on dropping. Thanks for checking out my content and sticking with me as I count down the 11 sneakers that I know are releasing for Chinese New Year from the Nike stable. I'm not sure if there's a 12th one out there that I've missed, or a 12th one that's hiding that nobody's heard about yet. Stick around and find out if that's going to happen. For now, it's Tokyo Butter 23 signing off from Tokyo, and I will see you tomorrow.
Thank you for checking in today, guys. I really appreciate your being here and viewing my content. Over here we have the channel subscribe button. Channel登録ぜひお願いします. Over here we have the video I recommend you watch next. こちらはおすすめです. And up here we have a link to the channel introduction video. こちらはチャンネルのプロフィールのビデオです. Check them out. Clicking on them really helps the channel.